and most importantly, introduced the Napoleonic Code, a civil legal system that still influences law around the world today. In 1804, inside the Grand Notre Dame Cathedral, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of the French. It was symbolic. He answered not to the Pope, nor to history. He was the author of his own legend. Through a mix of diplomacy and brilliant warfare, Napoleon defeated Austria, Prussia, and Russia. By 1807, he was the undisputed master of continental Europe, ruling directly or through puppet kings, even placing his own siblings on thrones. But his empire was not unbreakable. In Spain, a brutal guerrilla war drained French resources and morale. It was the beginning of a long unraveling. The people he had liberated began to resist. In 1812, Napoleon made his greatest mistake, the invasion of Russia. He led over 600,000 men into the vast eastern plains. They reached Moscow, but it was a trap. The city was burning. The winter came. Only a fraction survived the retreat. The Russian disaster inspired Europe to rise. A coalition of nations closed in. In 1814, Paris fell. Napoleon was forced to abdicate. He was exiled to the island of Elba. For many, it was the end of the story, but not for Napoleon. In 1815, in one of history's most daring returns, Napoleon escaped Elba and marched into France. The army sent to arrest him joined him instead. He reclaimed power in what would become known as the 100 Days. But Europe would not allow his return. At Waterloo, Napoleon faced the Duke of Wellington and a coalition army. Rain, hesitation, and Prussian reinforcements doomed him. It was his final defeat. The dream ended in mud and blood. After Waterloo, Napoleon was exiled again, this time to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. There would be no escape, no army, no empire, only memory. On St. Helena, he dictated his memoirs, reflecting on glory and betrayal, power and loss. He remained proud, stubborn, and deeply aware of his place in history. On May 5, 1821, Napoleon Bonaparte died,